Well, seeing as you're all settled in, obviously we're going to talk about the festival. We're going to talk about your band. Your band
Yeah.
are back in a big way, and we will get you at some point to do a kind of an elevator pitch, so we can use it as a reel, or certainly Necrosonic can use it as a reel to go and promote you on the old socials. So
All
I'm giving you
right.
about a 10 minute process to think of that. So, but let's
Yeah.
warm up first. Let's warm you up. 30 plus years ago, 35 years ago, you guys formed yourselves in Melbourne. You drop a couple of two albums and an EP, uh, disappear, come back, disappear again, and now you're back. Like literally, as it says, resurrected. So
Yeah.
why now? What happened?
Well, we're here because Kent asked us to, really. Yeah. So I mean, plenty of people have put the idea to us, to come back and to do gigs, and it often comes up. But this was the most plausible uh, idea. Like we knew that we found out that Ken had done it before. Necrosonic had happened before. He brought plenty of other bands back, and it had worked out. So this looked like it was going to work. So we jumped on board. Not immediately. There was some apprehension because it's been a while, and people have had their lives, and a lot sort of gone on. So we put the word around, and we had a good think about it. And worked out how we're going to do it, and then jumped onto it.
Seems to be a common theme that Kent's very good at, like he's almost like a medicine man, raising bodies from the dead.
Yeah,
To
yeah. I mean, he's put so much work into both these festivals, and so it's really easy to be confident in what Kent's doing. He delivers. So yeah, so
he's got his experience. I mean, it's not his first rodeo, so I mean, it makes
yeah, that's
perfect
right.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed you guys. I don't know if we're going to call it a warm up show or not, but you on stage maybe a week or two ago at a birthday party.
Yeah,
How did that go?
down in Melbourne, or maybe even over there, we call it match practice. So yeah, yeah we just wanted to just well, there's a couple of things that happened. So we wanted to do a practice gig. We went under an alias, so we didn't go under our own name, and we just wanted to just see what it felt like to play together, to play a gig before we got to Queensland, and kind of was shocked by it all. So it was our ex lead singers and I guess permanent member of the band Bucky's birthday, and we were invited to do that, and we did that, and Bucky got up and sung a song with us, and it was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. People loved it, and it was good warm up for what we're about to do. So we're all really glad that we did it. Got us in the mood, and it was really good.
And what have you guys been doing in the intervening years?
Well, everyone's kind of been doing their own thing. I mean, I guess Maddie's sort of been the linchpin. He's been in contact with everyone. Well, everyone's been in contact with him, but we've not been in contact with each other. So we've sort of come back not as strangers, but we've all had sort of a decade and a bit behind us before we got before we got together. So that's been pretty interesting. People have sort of grown up, and got a little bit older. And but yeah, of course, when we started playing, it was like there was not even a day between the last gig and the first time we jammed. So that was pretty awesome. The energy was there.
You've been talking of the energy that you've mentioned there. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've done recently, I didn't move to Australia until after you guys had already disbanded. So I've had to go and find things online and such forth. And from what I know, from speaking to other people, but I mean, it's the 30-year anniversary of, or 30 years of total dysfunctional collapse. which seems to be, from the people I've spoken to, a really influential record, especially in Australia in the grindcore scene. Like I know the King Parrot Boys as an example. Like
Mm.
look up to what you guys did and you influenced them heavily. Like, do you are you even aware of that sort of legacy that these guys left behind?
No, it's hard to see that from the inside. There's a lot of, King Parrot, a band that we're fans of and friends of. And so if we influence any bands, I guess we all influenced each other. There are a lot of bands around us at the time that, it was a little tight little sort of grindcore scene that we had. So yeah, it's hard to see those influences from the outside, from the inside,
Hmm. So
So
moving
yeah, but I'm
into
I'm
the
honoured if that's the fact.
yeah. Oh, man,
It's good to
it
hear.
makes sense, and maybe it's because I'm from the outside that you begin to start piecing together the stories
Mm,
as you go through the history of extreme music in Australia. Like you
yeah.
go, just like you're doing anything, you go, oh, this one was this one, and an awful lot ends up back at you guys back in the 90s there. Moving into Necrosonic, so 3 weeks this weekend,
Mm.
3 weeks time this weekend. Um, what like are you gonna play the album in full? Is there gonna be some other surprises in them? And I know you guys have just got back together. Is there anything new on the horizon?
There's nothing new on the horizon. We've had a bit of a go at some of the other songs that we've done from the other albums, but we're mainly just going to focus on this album, just being the anniversary of the album, and it fits together pretty nicely. And so probably no surprises. I mean, we've got it. We've got a bit of a time limit, to kind of fit it all in as well. So we're pretty conscious of that. So yeah, no real surprises. I guess the surprise is it will sound a little more polished than it did back in the day. We're all a bit older and we've got better equipment. We take our rehearsals a little bit more seriously, and so it's we put a lot of work into this. So it's gonna, if anything, it's gonna. If people are going to be surprised by anything, it'll just be a
Would you
bigger experience than it was. Yeah.
mind? Is the album gonna be, sorry, rephrase this. Is the show gonna be played like from track one to the end, or are you gonna
Yeah.
change it around? Yeah, yeah.
No, it's going to
Nice.
be from track one to the end. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you know the album, then you'll know what's next.
Okay. And physically, are you guys ready for it? I mean, that was just the one match practice you had. Are you good to go?
Mm. Yeah. That was the thing that well, at least I wasn't sure of. You think that you think that it's as you get older, you're not going to have the energy to do it. But it's just it was one of the most surprising things. The energy is just there. As soon as we started practicing, it's just there. It's really quite surprising. So yeah, we're way ready for it. Yeah, and we're really excited about it. And it's a great opportunity, and it's a really good lineup. So we're really looking forward to seeing the bands and just being a part of this like huge festival. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, your music's energetic. You can't do the music, you know, casually. Like it lends
No,
itself to you've got to throw yourself
no.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, and that I mean that was one of the things that we were really serious about right from the start is that if we're going to bring this back to life, it already had a good history. If we're
Mm.
going to bring it back to life, we've got to bring something a little bit more to it. So we've been working really hard to kind of lift it up that level, and make sure it's got everything that everyone got from it back in the day, and also for anyone new listening to it, that that they can that they can get the best out of it as well. So yeah.
You're almost saying this could arguably be the greatest bean flipper show ever. That's pretty essentially what you're saying.
It should be, Ian. Yeah. No, I mean, we're aiming for it to be. the best. This is the one. So yeah, yeah. If you're watching this, then this is the one to see for sure.
Not to be missed, which
Not to be
leads
missed.
which leads very nicely into um, the we might actually just use what we just said there, but what we would like to utilize for the Necrosonic, or they'll utilize it, is basically an elevator pitch as to why, if you haven't got a ticket at this stage, why you should buy a ticket to go and watch you guys at Necrosonic, how, what you guys are going to bring. So that sort of elevator pitch. Most people
I'm
struggle
not
on
the
this
best at
because
this, Ian. So
this is the point where you've got to go wild, man. Just prepare yourself. No, so
well,
basically, yeah, go for it.
if I was going to sell Necrosonic to the world, I would like to mention that there's some really awesome bands on there that we're really looking forward to seeing, as well as Beanflipper. Come along and see us. If you know us from the past, then this will be our best gig, as I was saying before. But there's plenty of really good bands to come along and see as well. So some of our old friends and. Can I mention some of the bands that I'm really looking forward to seeing at Necrosonic? Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the band Chuff. So I don't know if you've heard of those. They're really amazing. A Bremelin, which are sort of they go back to our days. Frankenbach sort of go back to our days. There's going to be a lot of bands that are raised from the dead, so to speak. So we're really looking forward to seeing that. So yeah, we're really happy to be a part of it all. Yeah, there's also a band, Blindfolded and Led to the
To
Woods.
the
Have you
woods.
heard of that band from New
Yeah,
Zealand?
yeah.
Yeah, they're
I
fucking
interviewed them
amazing.
yesterday as well. Yeah,
I interviewed them yesterday. Yeah, yeah, they're
yeah.
just incredible. So yeah, yeah, a lot of really awesome bands that just can't wait to see. So we're really excited to be a part of it. So I don't know if that was good enough, but I've never done an
Yeah.
elevator pitch before.
And his job, she'll figure it out. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's funny, like you going through them bands there as well. One of the things I do like about this festival is while on the surface it could look like it's an extreme metal festival, there is actually an awful lot of diversity and subtlety within the
yeah,
bands that you've just mentioned in there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
even when I interviewing the guys from New Zealand yesterday, I actually know the drummer because he's from Adelaide, so I've known him for quite some time. And like doing my research on them, like they're seen as death metal, but I don't think they're death metal, and they don't think they're death metal either. They think they've got all these other type of styles in there as well. And then you've got Brace, you've got Days End, which are very
Mm.
different bands again from
Yeah, they're very
yourself.
different bands too. Yeah. Um, with Blindfolded, do they call themselves Blindfolded? Do they say the whole name? I'm not sure.
Oh, yesterday they just said blindfolded. Yeah.
Blindfolded, yeah. So with this guy, they got that song, a cicada, and
Hmm.
as listening to it, it's like an Australian compilation album in one song, So they've got it all going on in one song. And that's the kind of stuff we really love. We love mixing it up as well. We'll put a little bit of bit of funk into it, and we'll put a little bit of hardcore into it. Put a bit of metal in there. A couple of the guys in the band, including myself, are not ashamed to say that we're Pink Floyd fans. We'll quite often put a little bit of that feel into it. So yeah, so as far as the lineup goes, there's a lot of sort of rock and roll bands and a lot of a bit of punk rock in there, a bit of hardcore in there, as you said. There's a bit of like the at the driving kind of style. I don't know what you call that. Maybe new metal. I don't know what, but yeah, there's a lot of different mixes in there, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the whole lot. And just seeing a good mix up.
Yeah, be a good
Yeah.
day. All right, so I won't take up too much more of your time. Is there anything else you would like to add about the return of the legendary Bean Flipper?
Uh, Come out and have some fun with us. We're up for a big time. We're up for a good time. Yeah, just look forward to seeing you all out there. Bands, fans, everyone. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I will be there. I'll be flying up from Adelaide, so I'll see you
Oh,
there that
fantastic.
weekend as well.
Good
Yep.
work. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out, as I said, and for the last minute
Thank you, Ian.
off the bench as well. So thank you for that. I'll see you guys in 3 weeks' time.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian.
Thanks,
Right.
Sean. Take care, buddy.
See ya.